All right, guys, let's get into this bad boy right here. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm actually gonna put all three scales on this one piece of paper, just to show you guys the differentiation between half inch, quarter inch, and full scale. So like this is a half inch equals 1 foot. We'll do it here. We're gonna do a half inch equals I'm sorry, quarter inch equals 6 inches, and we'll do a half inch equals 6 inches. Just to show you different ways of how scale look all in one. So you ain't gotta chase down, get an image, get a better image of what the scale can do by using the same like numbers and just changing the scale size to get it. And again, we kind of just complementing the design we did the other day. These drawings here, we're gonna use this one particular one because this is just to be easier to do it in there. We would make other designs. We would have two different scales going periodically, just kind of again show you how it looks, how cool it looks with doing different design in itself. So we look out for that as well. But in this particular one, we're gonna just, our scale originally was a half inch equals 6 inches, which is this right here. And we're just gonna take these numbers based on what we did in the last video and accumulate those to make a bigger scale. So these numbers are given to us, so we're gonna blow it up times it by 2. So everything you see here is gonna do it now without the grid and blow it up. All right. So in this case, our bottom leg was 5 feet. So we're gonna change that, times that by 2, so we're going to 10, but we're gonna use half inch increments. So every half inch we go, let's see if I got it. Every half inch we go is now 1 foot. So that's a foot, 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 right? So, and again, how to find half inches, you go call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's again, just count by quarters to get to the number you need. So half an inch is what we need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, half an inch, 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter, 3 quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's $1. All right, same thing in the stock market, quarters. You can talk about years, your life, that's calendar, scale, everything is in quarters, guys. Your life expectancy is in quarters. Football game, basketball games, all in quarters. All right. So go ahead and find. Let's do this. In order to find your center of your paper, you can either do one of these combinations, like literally fold this in half, right? Don't crease this thing, and it'll give you the center, right? Help you get the center. Put you there, see how close we get. All right, just take the measurement. So this is 11. Nope, that's not 11, that's 10. Because again, this is 0. So that's 11 is not 11, it's actually 10. I'll just keep it right there, make it easy for you guys. Start with benchmarks on this. So half of 10 is 5. Just to get us the center mark going. Creating our benchmarks. Again, I like to write towards me. So if I bring it in. So it's 1 foot, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6. The 6 will be your center. And that's your new 0. Put that right up on the line. Again, I'm teaching you guys how to use this without using taping it down methods, all that good stuff. Because when you get clients, man, sometimes you run in the funk, you don't have time to go run and get X, Y, and Z. All right, so this thing here is our center mark. We can do our light line across this, just for a reference point. A light line, because you're not racing. Alright, can't even see us how light it is. So I'm going to show you that. Just give us a benchmark. That's what your benchmarks are. You can always start off with benchmarks. Just set them up periodically. Alright, in this particular drawing again, we had 10. So every half inch we go, let's see, we might have to move this. We're going to go 10 off the center. We should be able to pull it off. Let's see if we can pull it off 10 on this. We might have to move this benchmark. But this is your benchmark for just know what your center is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10. That's how we good. Look at that. Yeah, because our design is going to be 10. Going to be 10 anyway. So we have like 10 and 16. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So we established right now we're doing our bottom chord, which is here. Our doubler numbers, right? So this was originally 5, and I say we times it by 2 because our scale has went up. Changing that scale to 1 foot now. So, but off this, we got to come off a 30-degree angle, right? So at this point, we're going to come over 1.5 inches, 2.5 inches, and you got to go up 1.5 inches to get your 30-degree angle going. And that's when we're going to start drawing our design off that. So come over, flip it upside down. So again, it's working towards you. 1.5 inches. So that's like 2.5 inches. So that's 1. Just 5 tick marks basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just to check yourself, that's 2.5. It's 5 tick marks. If you're having a hard time still establishing that, just go 5 tick marks. And that same top, what you do at the bottom, you gotta do at the top. So you gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So that is this becomes your 90. Right? Another light line is a benchmark. So the light line is a benchmark. So we will be erasing this. Probably be able. So we do have to erase it. We don't have to worry about how heavy it is. Right, temporary line. Now from here you want to go 2.5 up. 1.5 inches up. So it will be 3 tick marks, which just gives you the 30-degree angle. 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna draw the line through. So now show what I'm talking about. And there we go. So get that 30-degree angle. Alright, we want to check ourselves. Grab your handy dandy protractor. Put it on that line. And there you have it. 30 degrees angle. Don't matter this, you don't need this, but again, sometimes it's good just to check yourself, because when you get going, you kind of got to do check and balances in there. Alright. Now, we know on our back side, this is 1.5 inches, so that's 2. That's 1, 2, 2.5 inches tall. So now we got to go double that, times it by 2, right? So that'll be 5, right? 2.5 plus 2.5, that's 4, plus another 1/2 and 1/2, that's 5. So they go 5 up on this benchmark. We're gonna actually, this time around, we're gonna use our border, so another straight edge. So we're gonna go 5 up on the back. So on 6 is gonna lose 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we gotta go every 1/2 inch is a foot. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm telling you, right? 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5. Alright. So you go 5 up on this side. We gotta go 5 up on this side because we gotta create benchmarks to get our straight line, because we're gonna come over 1 inch. Once again, we'll come over 1 inch. But to establish the harder way to get away without using a straight edge, a ruler, square, you're gonna come up the same number, the benchmark, to create it. And again, you're making this line, just make it a light tick mark because you're gonna erase it pretty soon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You have your ruler in front of you, so you can actually measure over 1 inch, and you can stop. I'm using this as a reference point. Look. That's why you can kind of go faster. You can just have this sitting here, knowing that just your new 0 there, and then just put that on that line there, and just go over 1 inch, 1 foot, so that'll be 2 feet. Go over 2 feet, so it's 1 foot, 2 feet. That'll mark your line right there. And then what we do up here, you gotta do down here as well, so you can get. Yeah. No, that's just be your 2. That's your foot mark right there. So you established that already by using this, but yeah, let's just do that. Probably right there. Let's go correct that. There's that benchmark code right there. Line over, boom, 2 feet. Stop there. So we're gonna connect a point down here to that. All right, so let's go up. On 1/2 inch, which is going to go up is 1 foot, because this is a 1/2 inch. We times it by 2 now. Half, 1 foot. So I'm sorry, 1/2 inch is 6 inches, right? And then times by 2. That's gonna be. Oh, no, we can actually use that. 1/2 inch. Two now. Well, in this case, we can note that we're right. So 1/2 inch. The original 1/2 inch was 6 inches. No, it's a little up. Wait, you changed it. Yep, so 1/2 inch equals 1 foot. So 1/2 inch is our 1 foot. I'm not doing too much of that. Alright, so we'll connect this line to that line here. Whatever numbers we had on the original paper, we gotta double it. That's it. Don't make these lines too heavy just yet, because you will have to release. Let's stop there. Now 1/2 inch gives 1 foot. Come up 1/2 inch here, or come up a foot, which is 1/2 inch, and connect these two, and then come over 1.5 inches. You gotta double it, right? So let's stick to the first formula before we get too far out there. So I'll put that back on there. Again, I'm just kind of keeping these lines light. I'm making this too dark. Zoom in a little bit. So again, 1/2 inch equals 1 foot. Connect those two lines. There, cool. So now on this line here, as we had originally, came up 1/2 inch, right? So this would be, that was 1/2 inch from the original design, was 1/2 inch. but we put it in 6, right? So look at this. So we had a 1/2 inch to the top here. Oh, 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inches. So we actually go, so that's 1.5 inches plus 1.5 inches. That's 2, that's 3, right? So you're having a hard time to understand that. So 1.5 inches, and just add on another 1.5 inches. Again, that's 3. Here we go. This is a 1.5 inches. We just add it twice, so 1 plus 1 is 2. 1/2 plus 1/2, that's 1 inch, so that's 3 inches. And we just go back to our ruler. And we know we got 3 feet. Because I'm saying inches, but it really was 3 feet. It's feet. So that's 1, 2, 3 on a 30-degree angle. 1, 2, 3. All on a 30. 1, 2, 3. I'm not quite on that line going. All right. All right, so we got this, we got that, right? And we're going to establish. We need to establish. We got a front established already. Blah, blah. Got the right established. Now we got to go back here and do the same thing how we did at 3, 4, 5 method. By coming over 1.5 inches and up 1.5 inches. We can square up. So this is why I'm saying that line will come in handy for us by creating this line originally in the beginning. Not cutting corners, we can use that established our 3, 4, 5 method. Right, that line light going across, right? Now we're trying to get these 2 points in the back. Trying to get that point back here and that point back here. So we do our first one, 1.5 inches, and go up 1.5 inches. But whatever we do down here on this line, we must do up here on the top line, so we get our line straight. This is how we get away with using just the benchmarks. All right, so let's just do this. We can come up here. Just want to flip the paper upside down and go 1, 2, 2.5 inches. Sorry. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White lines. So we'll come up an inch and a half and get this line going back here, and so on. So we gotta come over this again. So we'll go another from this mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we gotta go an inch up here. 1, 2. And from that mark, we went an inch and a half. So we gotta come from this mark, 2.5 inches. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I'm counting 5 because there's 5 tick marks to get to 2.5 inches. And then we'll just bring that line down. Alright, now we can go 1.5 inches up, connect that, 1.5 inches up, connect that, and what you have this coinciding with each other. And this is how you do it without a grid, but having a grid, either or makes it works. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And when we get more to drawings, man, you'll see why I drew my lines long, because you can catch other angles. And we kind of did that already, so you see why it's critical having lines going long. Alright, so this is at 2 inches. Well, this is a, just catch yourself, this is 1, 2, 3 inches. So on this line will be 3 inches. This line will be 3 inches. And you connect those lines and you have a piece and erase everything else you don't need. At this point, you can start erasing some stuff so don't get confused. Then we use those benchmarks already to establish our points. So erase some of that now so it won't confuse you as you continue through the drawings. So I got this benchmark at 1.5 inches. Again, coming off this thing here. Establishing it here off these points. This point for this point for that point, and you go 1.5 inches up, 1.5 inches up. So I got this line here, and I go 3 and go 3. One, 2. It's 1 foot, 2 foot, 3. Got 3. Where's that? 1, 2, 3. Cheat it back a little bit, be right up on that line. We cheated just a hair back. Yep. Alright, now I'm going to connect this to this. And again, we're on an oblique angle at 30 degrees. Oblique drawing at 30 degrees. There you have it. So erase these things. We don't need these anymore. But these will keep marks in here for you. So I'm gonna leave like a crosshair in there. And I'm actually gonna just leave little crosshairs in there so you just see it for the future. But you won't do that. You could do that. They do that in the fields, surveying, use benchmarks. So other people come back, tax map keys, they do that, stuff like that. And so you can come back and see where to start at. I'm gonna erase some of this. Line through here. What's that here? I don't know if we can see that, but I don't want that. You can see that that's part of the drawing. It's just a future reference, man. If you ever need to come back and establish it again, you know exactly how to come back and establish it. Just like stars in the sky. On your drawings, do the same thing. So you just know you have these lines there for that purpose. Let me just brush this up. This line too. In this case, you guys will watch this video again, so you really don't need to actually have these stars at all. This. As you guys know, already established, check marks. Because our benchmarks is up top and at the bottom. So you won't confuse yourself when you throw the other grids in here. Let's get rid of some of that stuff. So I say do not draw heavy. Alright, so just to darken this up, let's darken this up on a straight edge. Use my markers. Again, these are just benchmarks I was just giving you to understand how we got here. Get these points. Yeah, I'll keep those on there for you guys just for this time around. I'll probably do it throughout the video. Some videos just gonna give you a better idea how to get it, where you start and where you finish, but you don't really necessarily need them once again get going. But again, they do this in the field. They do leave benchmarks for other trades to come behind them so they can see what's going on. Let's just darken this up real quick. Let's start the reference points. I'm gonna have a survey woman or a layout woman on the trades, and that's all she does all day is that layout, do layouts. Same thing with guys. Just carry around a chalk box. I'm gonna make this video short. Come back. We'll start the next one. You know how we do it. Again, to get her on top of the lines, just cheat it back just a 16th. Helps get that line kind of crisp. Just a 16th back off the line. And also just turn the paper too. It's not all crying in that. Yeah, just make it easier on yourself, man. And these little yellow marks right there, I'm just going to put those again for the benchmark purposes. Just so you see it for your reference. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I wonder what you are. Yeah, like that. Just the benchmarks, man, because these benchmarks come in handy in the future when you're out there in the fields again. Alright, so we'll end that one right here. So again for you. That's again where we came in at. And we'll give you a projection of what we created here. Created there as a bigger picture. Again, this is walking your clients through the thing, and it's okay from here. If you want to stay not having a hard time stay with the grid, take this away and say this is what we're doing with it at this time, current time. Watch out for the second video, guys. Chee-hoo.